Hello there, I'm Xanthi, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. And so today I'm going to be talking about something that is very popular for teenagers to talk about, and it is school. So I made a video about school last week. It was about grade 12. But this time I'm going to talk about how people act in school and what it's like to be in school. And I know that adults who have been in high school will know what I'm talking about, and people who are in school now will also know what I'm talking about. And I'm not trying to say that high school is really, really hard and it's harder than when my parents were in high school. I'm just talking about school and how it is and what my opinions on it is and everything else like that. So, I wrote a couple notes down. So the first thing that I want to talk about is that high school is like, it basically gives you like a general kind of education for something that you might be interested in. It's kind of like the base of like what you're interested in, and you know like a little bit about that thing that you want to do, or maybe that you want to make your own business and stuff like that. But then really it doesn't teach you like a lot of life skills, which is not on the teachers or anything. It's just high school is just like that. You don't get a lot of life skills in it. So the life skills that I've learned in high school are not from the classrooms, it's from the hallways or lunchtime or after school, before school. So during school classes, you're just listening to your teacher, or you should be, and you're making notes and you're learning about this subject that you might not be that interested in, or you might be really interested in, depends. But you're listening, you're sitting in a classroom, all your peers are around you, but it isn't like that intense because your teacher is the center of attention, so we aren't really discussing amongst ourselves unless it's like a work period where you're working with your peers. But when you go into the halls, for example, if you're going from class A to class B and there's 5 minutes in between, you have to get from one end of the school to the other, there is a lot that happens between that 5 minutes. When you walk out of your classroom, there is a sea of people, all different ages, from 14 years old to 18 years old. Depends what grade they're in. And so you walk through this hallway and you hear so much noise and you see so many people. And I'm not sure if everyone does this, but I like to just walk by myself and kind of mind my own business and just try to walk straight through the crowd. But sometimes it's really hard to get straight through the crowd without hearing anything or seeing anything. So the main things that I see when I walk through the halls is either someone, mostly girls, someone is talking about what somebody else said about them in a negative way, someone is talking about someone else in a negative way, or someone is complaining about a teacher or the classroom itself. So there isn't a lot of positivity. I also see people just like standing in the middle of the hall, which a lot of people do, and that's really annoying. But also, I remember being in grade 9 and being super scared, and then I would go into like this like little group of people and I wouldn't even notice that I'm in the middle. So people complain about the people in the middle, but I'm pretty sure everybody has been that person at least once in their high school career. Anywho, so I'm walking through the hallway and I hear a bunch of people, guys, girls, non-binary, whoever you are, all walking through the halls. And they're talking and they're loud and they're walking all over the place, and I'm just trying to get from class A to class B. And then that's when you get to your class B class, and then your teacher's like, "Oh, why are you 1 minute late?" Well, if you went through the halls with me, you would understand. So it's just an interesting adventure that you go through the halls. It's like all this noise and all this news. You hear so much gossip everywhere. That's just people are talking about other people, people are talking about themselves, people are talking about teachers and classes and work and drama and all that kind of stuff. So it's just a lot of noise and a lot of stuff all at once. And I think that's one of the most like life skill-esque things that I learned, is just to try to stay positive, because when I hear people saying all these negative things in the halls, I get sad because I don't like hearing negative things, and most people don't like hearing negative things. But then I go into a classroom and I see someone I know and they smile, and then I give them a hug or something, and it just makes my whole day. So I like to try to be as positive as possible and trying to be actually positive, not just pretending. And try to make other people feel happy, because when you hear all this negative stuff and you see all this negative stuff and all that kind of stuff, you start feeling negative thoughts or negative energy, and it's just not the best situation to be in. You also learn how to cooperate with people and how to kind of maneuver your way through crowds of people as well. You have to be polite, but you also have to be persistent, because people are not just going to move for you. Well, most people won't. They're just going to stand there like a nice lined up wall so you can't see anything past them. So you're like, excuse me, and then you kind of like give a little nudge and then you can go through. You have to do, also you learn all these cool like gymnastics like things, because you're like woo and all throughout the hall you're doing like these dance moves trying to get through all these people. It's like the sea of people, and it's kind of funny sometimes going through the hall and just like going through like this like, I don't know, ninja person just like dancing through the halls. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about this week, and it's just something that I find interesting or something funny kind of. I don't know if a lot of people do this, but I don't know. I observe people and I see what people are doing and how they act with each other and how it makes me feel as well. So I try to act like in a way that would make other people feel good, because I would never want anybody to feel sad, and I don't want to feel sad because feeling sad sucks. But sometimes everyone feels sad, and that's okay. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting to talk about the hallways and talk about how people act in school. And this also happens everywhere else, like not just school, but when you're a teenager and when you're in high school, it is very like this big thing where people are all around you all the time. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say, and thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you have any funny stories from the halls or in between classes or even in your classroom, leave a comment down below and I would love to hear your stories. Thank you so much. Bye.